Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. I just got back from seeing The Marvels and this is my official review. This video will contain spoilers for The Marvels, so if you've not seen it, once you watch the movie, come back. So let's just get straight into it. So I went into this movie with pretty high expectations. The reviews, well, from when I uploaded my last first reactions video for The Marvels, the reviews were quite positive. Since then, a lot had come out and the reviews were actually rather mixed, and it ended up getting like a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes at the time of this recording. And so I went in knowing that it was on that 57% and sort of being very dubious. But for the previous few months, I've been quite excited because I thought the trailers looked really cool and I like these actresses and characters, right? So going in, I was a little bit dubious. However, I really enjoyed the movie. I think it's really good, actually. I think it's definitely better with Ant-Man. It's not better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 or, it's not really top tier Marvel. I would put it on sort of the same level as Black Widow for me, maybe. Films like Black Widow or like Eternals, things like that. I mean, I really like Eternals. I know a lot of people don't, but I really like that movie. But I got to tell you, I had such a great time with this. The more I think about it, the more I like it, I just thought it was, I know people use this a lot, and I hate when people use this in reviews and like in, tweets about the film. I thought it was fun. And I hate saying that because I really hate it when other people say that because it's such a it's such a non-descriptive word that doesn't, like any movie can be fun, but is it good, But this was actually fun, So it does have its problems, which I'll get into. But I thought for the most part, it was so enjoyable, and I just had a big smile on my face pretty much the whole time. I thought a lot of the humor worked. Some of the jokes missed, but a lot of the humor worked for me. I thought the chemistry, which is the main draw for the film, between the three actresses really, really, really worked. I thought every single character was furthered. All these three characters, their depth and complexity as characters was even more furthered, especially Carol's. I thought she oh my god, I think just she was so much improved in this movie. Because I'm gonna be honest, while I liked the first movie, I do see some people's problems with the Captain Marvel character. I see some people's problems with the character in that movie specifically. But they gave her not like, I'm not gonna go into it and be like, oh my god, they gave her so much depth and complexity. But no, they just gave her some layers and some levels which were much needed. And I just found her to be so much, more enjoyable in these films. And I like her in the previous films. I just thought she was so great in this film. Obviously Kamala Khan was great, but for me the standout was Monica. I just think I love Monica as a character. I love Teyonah Parris. She's such a good actress, and I thought she was just so great. She really does, I think she kind of gets the spotlight, right? Like, obviously Carol's like the main character and Kamala's like the comedic relief, but I think Monica is kind of the heart of the film. The stuff with her and her mum and, Carol, her anger towards Carol about leaving. I thought that stuff was really great and really heartfelt and done really, really well. So yeah, I thought she was definitely the heart of the film for me. She was so great. But yeah, I honestly, I loved these characters' interactions. There's a scene that a lot of people are not going to like, but it's where they're learning how to switch with their powers, and they're like, they got the music playing that's from the trailer, and they're doing jump rope, and they're like throwing a ball up in the air, and they're learning to switch. But it's like, in a world where, you want superheroes to take themselves seriously, I sort of had that thought too, where I was like, isn't this a bit silly? But then I was like, okay, well, you know what? They're with like a teenager. And obviously Kamala's the one, like, not pressuring them, but like, convincing them to do these silly things, because she's that kind of character. She's a bubbly character. So it makes sense that they're doing those like silly things in order to figure out their powers, because it would obviously be Kamala encouraging that, right? And seeing them all sort of bond in that way, it was just really beautiful. And I'm going to be honest, I would like to see this team continue, just these three. I would see another movie with those three. I think they were great. I really do think their interactions were so great. It was so fun to see Kamala fangirl out over Captain Marvel. It was just great. Now, the action, I gotta tell you, this is some of the coolest action I've seen in a Marvel film. It was just amazing. There's like an opening 15-minute fight scene. Like, it goes 15 minutes straight. It's like, 10 minutes into the film, there's a giant like fight scene that goes for like 15 minutes where they're all first like learning about the switching, and they keep switching places, and they're all in three separate fights. It was done so well. I was getting goosebumps. Like, I just thought the camera work, the music, all of it worked together in perfect harmony, and the action was so creative. Like, there's a moment where, like, I think there's a guy that gets blasted, and then Monica flies through, phases through him, turns around and punches him in the face, and it's just so damn cool. I thought it rocked, man. It was awesome. But again, the film has its problems. I think the villain, while I think her motivations are quite creative, and I enjoyed seeing Carol's destruction of the Supreme Intelligence from the Kree's perspective, which, by the way, how cool was that to see the Supreme Intelligence in like its comic book form? I thought that was so cool, because obviously what we saw in the end of Captain Marvel wasn't what actually physically happened. It was just within like the computer. But yeah, I thought seeing that from the Kree's perspective was really cool and sort of gave some cool depth to the villain. Well, I thought the villain was wasted by the end because she just disintegrates when she puts on both the bangles. Like, I think that's a giant waste. But I think it's very creative. Her plan sort of is to terraform her own planet by stealing resources from other planets by using these sort of black hole jump points, which, by the way, what a great use of jump points that have been like sort of a thing that's been, seen throughout the MCU as like a fact of the universe, these jump points. And I think it's such a cool way to use them in this way to sort of utilize something that's already been previously established in the MCU and turn it into like a plot, an integral part of the plot for the movie. I like the way the bangles sort of come into play, although I think the bangles are kind of set up to be something bigger in Miss Marvel than what they are in this film. They're sort of just like a tool in this film. They're not really something that's the lore is explored, which maybe that could happen in the future. But yeah. So, but again, there was some things that didn't work. I thought Nick Fury, he kind of look, Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury are always fun to see, but I kind of it made me miss the days where like Nick Fury was taken seriously as a character. He was kind of just silly here, and I'm like, where is the guy from Winter Soldier who was like doing all that badass shit and faking his own death and doing all that cool stuff in the car, with like the secret agent stuff? I was thinking, where is he? It's just, I don't know, man. It just feels a little bit goofy. He felt a little bit goofy, which I really would have preferred if he was taken a little bit more seriously. But I suppose that is the tone of the film. But I don't like when the tone sort of changes character personalities. But that's happened throughout the MCU. But anyway, I thought the stuff with Nick Fury and Saber with Kamala Khan's family and the Flerken eggs appearing, I thought that kind of didn't work. And it's sort of like the payoff for that worked. I thought the Flerkens like eating people, I thought that was such a crazy scene. Again, this film is very creative and finds very creative ways to do things. Like, a way of transporting all these people off the Saber station through the Flerkens. I thought that was really creative and really cool. And that was such a crazy scene where everyone was like running for their lives and the Flerkens were just eating them. Like, it was crazy. But I loved it though. It was really awesome. But yeah, I thought that it felt like it distracted from the whole plot though. All the stuff before that where they kept finding these eggs everywhere and it was just like, and Kamala's family was worried about it. I just felt it distracted from the plot of the actual movie. But yeah, the film had a lot of really cool set pieces, a lot of really cool action. The stuff, I thought the musical planet, while at some moments it sort of reminded me of Thor Love and Thunder a little bit. That moment where Carol like puts on the dress, like the dress sort of appears on her and she starts singing. I thought that was really funny, and it's sort of like seeing that Carol, she has these other like, it gives her more depth as a character. She has these other like adventures and endeavors that she's been on, in between these films, where like she got married to this prince of, what was it called? Not Atlanta, I don't know, Alanda, I don't know, something like that. But she gets married to this prince on a technicality, and now she's their princess. And I thought that dress looked amazing, by the way. And I'm gonna be honest, Brie Larson could sing. That was a good musical number. I really enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the little Easter egg. Once they all got their final suits, which we'll talk about in a minute, I enjoyed that Easter egg with Monica walking down the stairs, and you can see she's got like the original photon straps on that she has in the comics. I thought that was really cool, and I kind of really wanted to see like a full shot of her with them. But I understand why they took them off. Like, it's not very practical for like a battle suit. But also, I was very disappointed that she didn't get a name. She didn't get Photon, which I would have preferred her to be called Photon, because in the comics she has two names, Photon or Spectrum. I prefer Photon, but I would have preferred them to at least give her a name. I mean, that's sort of a theme in the film. Kamala's like looking and thinking about names to give her, and she just never accepts one, and I really wish she did, because that would have been really, really cool. I suppose you could argue the angle of Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Professor Marvel, but I don't know. But yeah, I thought the whole musical stuff was cool. The action scene that followed, though, was also really, really cool, where Monica was teaming up with Carol. They were on the ship fighting Dar-Benn, like, for the bangle. It was just, I don't know, it was filmed so good, and it felt like it had stakes. Like, whenever Carol would shoot her with the with like a blast and she would absorb it, I was like, oh shit, like, what, like, she's, because that's like extremely powerful. So I really did feel the stakes in that moment. But also earlier in the film, something really like pretty dark happens where they can't save everyone on Tarnax, and they have to leave. They have to leave the Skrulls there to die. And I just think you don't really see that much in superhero films. I mean, you obviously, like, you do. You have it's been done before, but in this, I didn't expect it to happen in this film, and it is sort of brushed over a little bit. I mean, we do get a little cameo from Valkyrie after, where she takes the Skrulls somewhere like temporarily safe, I guess, until they find a new home. But yeah, I sort of felt like that was a little bit brushed over, but it was still dark, you know. It was very unexpected that they couldn't save everyone. That was also a really cool line from Carol when she says to Kamala, "We have to save everyone we can." You know, it was just, I thought it was really good. Also, there was an implied relationship between Valkyrie and Captain Marvel. I would really like to see that explored. Like, I know there's been like a lot of fan fictions about that, but I think that would really work. And their chemistry seems pretty cool, and they seem to have pretty good chemistry, Tessa Thompson and Brie Larson. So I would really like if they would like go further with that relationship. That'd be really cool to see in the MCU. That ending though, I gotta tell you, wow. Oh my god. Now, the post-credit scene, I feel like could have been tacked onto the ending. I feel like it didn't need to be a post-credit scene. The one with Kamala meeting Kate Bishop to set up Young Avengers, I thought that could have been a post-credit scene. But either way, I just think they should have swapped them. But I'll just talk about Kamala first. So it looks like they're setting up a new Avengers team. I don't want it to be too goofy. I sort of noticed, like, you know, because when Fury first approached Iron Man for it to be in the Avengers, it was a very serious, like, you know, oh my god moment. But when Miss Marvel shows up to Kate Bishop, she's like, I want to put together a team of kid Avengers. Doesn't Ant-Man have a daughter? It was like, okay, like, can you take it a bit more serious? I know that's not Kamala's personality, but I hope in general the Young Avengers, when they are done, are taken seriously and don't have too much of a bubbly tone. I just want these films to take themselves seriously. But you know, they're allowed to venture into these sorts of movies where the tone is very silly and stuff, and it can work. Like I thought it did, but they can't do it for every movie moving forward. Like people will get sick of it really quick. But yeah, that second post-credit scene though. I'll talk about this. Monica getting like fully powered up, and then you see her like with the white glow and her eyes open. She just looked so good. I thought that was just chef's kiss. Oh my god, like it was so cool. I really need to see Monica like in the MCU again soon. She needs to be an integral part. She's like one of the only new characters that I really dig. Like there are only like, you know, Miss Marvel I like, but I'm not like engrossed in her character, you know, like I am with like Monica or like Loki, like I mentioned in my last review for episode 5. These are the characters that I think you should focus on moving forward, because they're the ones I'm really digging. And I think a lot of people will after they see this film. I know a lot of people aren't liking it, and there are going to be a certain group of people that don't like it. And again, if you don't like this film for genuine reasons, that's completely fine. But there are going to be some people that, you know, just dislike it for stupid reasons. Like, you know, forced diversity, you know, where are the men, you know, people like that. If you dislike this film for genuine reasons, like pacing or like the humor didn't work for you, I get that. I do get that. But there will be a certain corner of the internet that will just, you know, not like this movie for the sake of the movie existing. But yeah. I've also heard that sort of Loki episode 6 ties into this. I wish I kind of didn't hear that, because now I'm going to be thinking about it, because they sort of split a hole in reality and they opened a portal to a different universe, basically, or ripped a hole to a different universe that Monica went into, which, by the way, was a very emotional moment when she said, I always knew I would always knew I would stay, when Carol was like chasing after her. I really dug their relationship, man. I thought it was done so well, and I really felt it by the end. I was like, oh my god. Like, I found it very heartwarming that Carol granted Miss Marvel's family Monica and Maria's old house. I thought that was really sweet. And when they got in the plane, and I felt, oh god, it really ripped my heart out when Kamala said, yeah, we're just saving it till Monica gets back. And then Carol says, yeah, we'll wait till she gets back, knowing that she's probably never coming back. But yeah, let's just talk about that post-credit scene. So, oh my god, I'm a little bit disappointed, to tell you the truth. Now, the post-credit scene was great. It was great. I was, oh my god, obviously it's X-Men. Like, you know, it's X-Men. I'm just disappointed that I don't think we're going to see any continuation of that story for like another 4 or 5 years, because Marvel just has so much projects coming down the line Like, I don't expect it anytime soon. The next time I expect that is Deadpool 3, which at this rate is probably going to be delayed again if the strikes don't end. But, because at the time of this, I think it's going to end very soon. At the time of this recording, it hasn't ended, but, you know, by the time this comes out, hopefully it will. But, yeah, so I just hope to see a continuation of that sometime between now and 5 years, please. Listen, I pray that the X-Men will be integrated by the end of Deadpool 3. That's what I'm praying for. But, yeah, but that post-credit scene, man, wow. I gotta tell you, the emotional part of that was what honestly really got me, where Monica woke up and was so frantic to see her mother. Like, that got me. Like, seeing what she went through in WandaVision, and then, you know, in this with her mother, it's just, and that moment with Carol and Maria where she says the cancer's back. I thought that all worked so well. Like, the stuff with her mother and Carol and their relationship, I just thought that worked so well. So yeah, but obviously, you know, the post-credit scene, Monica is now in another universe, not the Fox X-Men universe. I don't think, by the way. I don't think. I hope I'm right. I don't think it's the Fox X-Men universe, because, you know, they got Maria Rambeau in there as, I think she's Photon. I don't know what her suit looked a little bit different. I don't know if that's like a character from the X-Men that she's like portraying. I don't know. But also we see Kelsey Grammer's Beast in there. They make a reference to Charles, and then we see the X-Door. So listen, the X-Men are coming. I mean, they're coming. So listen, that got me very excited. I thought there was a second post-credit scene, but apparently not. I wasted like an extra 15 minutes. But yeah, this movie sets up a lot. But overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought the subplot with Fury and Kamala's family just detracted from the story, and I didn't enjoy it. I wish Fury was taken more seriously. But overall, I wish the villain was more compelling. But overall, I thought this film had great action. The humor was funny. The emotion really hit hard. Monica was a standout. The visual effects were great, by the way. The music was fantastic. I loved the chemistry. And I'm excited for everything it sets up, you know? And there was a lot of creativity in this film, which I really love. So, hats off to Nia DaCosta, the director. I think she did a great job. I think this I don't want to say great movie, because I'd give it like a 3.5 stars out of 5. It was really good. I had a really good time with it. It has some villain problems. It has B-plot problems. You know, but overall, I really enjoyed it. So that's it. That's my review for The Marvels. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Did you enjoy this film? Did you not? Let me know your reasons why. I'm very curious to know if you liked the film or not. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Also, turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload in the future. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.